Liverpool have just pulled out for Jude Bellingham, meaning he is staying at Dortmund for now. Hey guys, it's Jude here from Sheep, and welcome back to the video. Tonight we're going to go into the topic of Jude Bellingham and what's exactly happened, how career changing this is for him, and how this will affect Liverpool. So the opening statement of this video is, does this mean Liverpool are in crisis? This has really hurt me as a Liverpool fan. For the past 2 years, I've been telling everyone that Jude Bellingham is going to Liverpool, and now we aren't even going for him. Great. But this is a massive turnaround for Liverpool. However, this opened this opens more doors than it closes. Now, I love Jude Bellingham. I have seen him play for England. He is incredible. Seen him in a Dortmund shirt a couple of times. He's a baller, and I would absolutely love for him to be at Liverpool. But think about his price. I do believe Dortmund put obviously a big price tag above his head. I'm not 100% sure if it's like 150 million or something. But if we go realistic, next season we will have to be paying around 100 to 120 million for him. This is very unrealistic for Liverpool, and Liverpool would not be able to pay that just because of FSG. I don't think he's a good owner, personally. I mean, you know, we go back all the way to our Premier League winning season in 2019. The year after that, so it would be the 2020-2021 season. We really need to reinforce our squad, and a striker is desperately what we needed. Now, I love Firmino, and I am going to be very sad to see him go. But we needed someone to be banging in goals for us. And the year when we just won the Premier League, we were the best club in England. We had won the Prem. We were top of the league since match day 2. It was an incredible achievement for us. That is when we really needed to, improve the squad. But that's not what we did. And this is kind of the downfall of Liverpool. Our owners thought, well, we just won the Premier League. We're the best team in the world. What more could we need? Fair enough, we signed Thiago. Amazing baller. But in that season, it just wasn't enough. Simicast also joined, but I'm pretty sure he played like 1 or 2 games. I didn't even know who he was back then. And he was a Liverpool. I don't ever recall seeing him play, which I find really weird. He probably gave on the pitch, I was like, who the hell is that? But you know what I mean. Eventually we did sign Jota, but it was a little bit too late. We barely made top 4 that season. But back to Jude Bellingham. So let's say we paid 120 million. That's basically our whole budget gone. We're not even in the Champions League. Well, we probably won't get I really hope we do. But it's unlikely. I think there's 9 games left. We're in a very bad position in the league. And we do have a couple of tough games coming up. We do have Aston Villa and Spurs, who are both above us in the league at this moment in time. So, yeah. I'm actually going to that Spurs game, so I may do a match day vlog. So I hope you might all be excited for that, depending on how I'm feeling. Anyhow, so, where was I? I've got too carried away with this, and it's a bit of a problem. But, yeah. Our whole midfield needs a rebuild. Hendo just isn't... He isn't the best player in the world, I can't lie. He is on that pitch for the main reason of he is a good leader and a good captain. But I can't lie, this season he's really surprised me. For a leader, you weren't expecting us to be losing some of the results we have done. He has led us into losing 5-2 to Real Madrid at Anfield. And we lost to Leeds at Anfield as well. And I feel like, especially at that Chelsea game, was a proper eye-opener for us. I mean, what was he yelling at Alisson for? Alisson does everything right in that game, especially in that situation. And he was yelling at Alisson, not for the fact that our defence let them get to that point, but it's Alisson's fault. And I just... Henderson is the right captain for us, but this season I think we need a little bit of an improvement, potentially giving it to Alisson, Van Dijk, Robbo, which I actually had a good talk with Jamie about, and we made some very good points, and I completely agree with him. Robbo is a great man for that captain position. Obviously I would prefer someone like Alisson, maybe Van Dijk, but I do think Robbo is a great shout. But one midfielder won't fix that problem. That whole midfield needs a rebuild. Hendo isn't it. Thiago is getting a bit old, but injury prone as well. Fabinho this season, man, is the worst I've ever seen him in a Liverpool shirt. It's ridiculous how bad he has been this season. Fair enough, he's picked up form a little bit recently, but it's awful to watch. Now, this could just be one bad season for him, fair enough. But this is something Liverpool have worked on in a few positions. Think about that left back row, right? Simicast has come into the club. He has replaced Robbo a few times, and that has pushed Robbo to his best. And this is exactly what Liverpool need to start sorting out, especially for that Mo Salah role. Mo Salah, no one's going to replace him. No one, let's be real, no one is going to replace him. If he performs bad, he performs bad. Think about last season where he went off a little bit towards the end of the season. No one replaced him. He still played every game, and that's what he's realised. And I feel like that's what we need. We need more squad depth and just quality to be able to push players to their best. So, I keep going so off topic, it's awful. Bring in a couple of midfielders instead of one is better for Liverpool. Now, maybe if he stays at Dortmund for another season and then joins us on a free, that is perfect. I'm not complaining about that whatsoever. But there are plenty of clubs that are in a race for him, very sadly. Like Chelsea, like Newcastle of all teams, you know, they're getting big now. PSG, Real Madrid, and last of all, Man City. Ugh. These are the type of clubs that would pull Bellingham away. Even if Liverpool was still in the race for them, it's unrealistic. I mean, do you think he's going to stay at Dortmund for another year to be able to get his move to Liverpool? Which, by then, is it even worth it if we've had our rebuild? I mean, Jude Bellingham will probably come into that team and we would win the quadruple for real. But, I mean, you got to look at it this way, right? There are clubs out there that will pay him millions of pounds to play in their shirt. I mean, Real Madrid, they're one of the best teams in the world, in Europe, whatever you want to say. They're incredible. 14 Champions Leagues. I wish we had 14 Champions Leagues. Jesus Christ, no one can go against us. But you see what I mean? It's unrealistic of him to wait out for a year that he can play for Liverpool when FFG aren't even interested in paying for him. Klopp want him. The players want, I think, definitely Trent and Hendo. We want him. The fans want him. But will we get him? No, probably not. So, I mean, it comes down to whatever clubs are willing to pay the big bucks for him. You know, City, a Chelsea, a potential Real Madrid, maybe even Newcastle. They've got the money for it now. Fair enough, anyhow, has been making smart investments, but it's going to get to a point where they're going to be like us. They pay for the players, development into world class, so they pay cheap. So, example, Botman was 35 million. He's played outstanding this season. You see what I mean? They pay low prices and convert players into the world class players they are now, and then eventually they'll start going for all the big buck players like Jude Bellingham. Chelsea, they've paid 600 million this season. Fair enough, they haven't had the most performing players, but it works. Eventually, you know, you just got to get the right manager, the right tactics, the right mindset of the players as well, and I think eventually it would all work out for them. I mean, City, look at them, they paid billions of pounds for the squad they have now. Fair enough, they haven't won the Champions League, but think about everything else they've won. A few FA Cups, Karma Cups, basically the Premier League every season. It does work being able to compete against these clubs. Money is what we need. So if we want Bellingham, we have to get rid of our owners. We have to get new ones who are willing to make investments like this. I mean, for God's sake, we're selling Sadio Mane to be able to pay for Nunes. Fair enough, you know, Mane wanted to go anyway. But I don't think if he went, we would have obviously got Nunes. And I mean, we probably might have been better off this season. I feel like with how our tactics works, the high line, Wijnaldum and Mane was key for our high line. But one player does not just affect the squad like that. There's obviously bigger problems behind Liverpool, but that's a whole different subject. But the only issue is, if we want new owners, we need to be putting in performances that make owners want to come to us. We aren't getting that. We aren't putting in the performances. We may not get Europe at all next season. I think we will. Maybe the Europa League. I mean, don't want to go back there after 2016. God, that was so intense for us just to lose in the final. But you get what I mean. We need these owners, we need these performances to be able to get buyers. I mean, for God's sake, Man United have done nothing and they might get new owners before us at this point. Jesus Christ. So what is the future for Liverpool? Well, one, we need Klopp to stay. I don't care. If you are saying that Klopp needs to go out, fair enough this season. I have got very mad at him. I feel like he has been picking favourites this season. But now he has sat down. He's told the players exactly what they need to do. And God, that second half against Arsenal was emotional. I loved it so much. It was incredible. Fair enough, there were times that we could have conceded, but perfect. One of our best. We saw the real Liverpool in that performance. He has rebuilt us before and he could do it again. From doubters to believers, everyone. That is exactly what he told us. And what happened? We won the Premier League. We won the Champions League. We was this close. Okay, well, you can't see me. We were close to winning the quadruple. Okay, but not signing Bellingham for next season will be the best decision for the club. We could potentially buy. I think some of our league signings. Mason Mount is close. Nunez and McAllister. He's a World Cup winner, for God's sake. He's a Brighton player as well. I mean, Brighton are such an underdog team. But I wish Bellingham good luck wherever he ends up. Let's hope it's not United. Thank you so much for watching this video. Goodbye.